Dodging is just as important of a mechanic as parrying is in Deepwoken. Without knowing how to properly dodge, your options will be strictly limited to just parrying, which is not good because there are certain moves in this game which you can only dodge. So what is dodging? Dodging in Deepwoken is the act of evading an attack by pressing Q. First, let's ask ourselves the question, why would I ever want to dodge in Deepwoken if I could just parry instead? Well, there's two main reasons. The first one being you messed up your parry timing, and the second reason being that you're up against an unparryable attack, typically indicated by this red symbol and this sharp violin sound paired together. Now, let's start by going over the three different possible ways of dodging: rolling, roll canceling, and air dashing. To demonstrate these ways of dodging, we'll use one of the first mobs you encounter in all of Deepwoken, the Sharko. Let's start with the most basic and popular form of dodging, rolling. Rolling is the default form of dodging that will take place if you do nothing but press Q. This is useful for beginners as normally rolling an attack will give you the longest amount of immunity and allows room for error, but this comes with the cost of having more end lag on your next attack. Roll timings are extremely similar to parry timings, which I explained in more detail in the previous episode. But to briefly restate what I said, it's optimal to parry your dodge when you notice that the mob is drawn its attack back and freezes for about half a second, like so. Now, let's go over roll canceling. Roll canceling works similar to rolling, except you right click during the roll animation to cancel the animation. This is useful for more advanced players as it can give you much more control of your character, but this comes at the cost of having much less room for error than you normally would if you were using a regular roll. Roll canceling proves most effective against other human players. Also, it's important to note that there are certain talents that make it so roll canceling is more effective, such as tap dancer and observation. Lastly, let's go over air dodging. Air dodging can be activated by pressing Q while mid-air, hence the name air dodging. This doesn't have too much practical use when compared to the other two forms of dodging. I personally wouldn't recommend relying on this ability other than if it's absolutely necessary, like when dodging big multi-hit moves. And that's about everything you need to know about dodging. Using the knowledge of what you learned today about the three different dodging styles, you should be able to avoid just about any attack you want in Deepwoken. But apparently there's a way to completely negate damage. Anyways, stay tuned for episode 3. Thank you, bye!